女を一丁と思いこんな付きや。
謙信。
どう見切って。
So that was a clip from the latest episode of Kenshin, the remake 2023. So that was a really cool feat. I just wanted to show that, Kenshin showing that he could stop a bullet. This anime is really no short of feats, just as the original anime was. So this episode we continued the fight with Kenshin and Sanosuke, which I'll show some of that right here. And it was really good. We got some really good scenes here. The animation looks great. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, that looks amazing right there, that clash. You really couldn't do that with the old school animation. And he cuts off his Zanpakuto. I think that's how you say it. I always get it confused with Zanpakuto because I watch too much Bleach. It's the giant sword, similar to what Guts has in Berserk, and he survives one of Kenshin's attacks. The first guy we see who is able to survive one of, Kenshin's Hiten Mitsurugi attacks in the series. And I really like how this episode, we got a little bit more of the backstory of Sanosuke. He used to be a part of this group called the Seki Hotai. The Seki Hotai, they were working with the Meiji, who were the revolutionaries at the time, just like Kenshin. They were kind of the grassroots. They promised the farmers and the people, hey, if you join the revolution against the shogunate, you're going to get lower taxes. But then after the war, they're like, we don't really want to keep those promises. We're having economic troubles. So they decide to scapegoat the Seki Hotai, who was led by Sanosuke's mentor, Captain Sagara, where he gave himself his last name. And they said, that Captain Sagara guy, he lied to you. We really were going to lower the taxes. And they decided to execute him for lying, even though it was a promise they made, and they told him they were on board with it. And they beheaded him, which is a little bit different than in the original 90s anime. In the original 90s anime, Sagara and the other Seki Hotai guys, they're ambushed by the Meiji. The Meijis pull their guns, similar to how they did on Shishio. And they're like, hey, we've got these new weapons. They're called guns. They're better than swords. And they light up the Seki Hotai. Captain Sagara runs up to a cliff with Sanosuke, throws him off, gets lit up by a bunch of bullets. And, it's really dramatic. But in this, they went with the original manga version where Sanosuke, sees Captain Sagara leave. He tells him, hey, wait here. We're going to go negotiate with the government. Sanosuke and his childhood friend wait. And then they go to the town square and they see Captain Sagara beheaded, which is a really brutal scene. So yeah, it was a little bit different than the original 90s anime, a little bit more true to the manga, but I kind of like the original better because Seki Hotai put up more of a fight. But yeah, we got, pretty good. The animation this episode was, pretty cool. This is the kind of animation you couldn't get in the original 90s, but the 90s I would still say is better. It kind of has, its charm to it. Also, this episode, after it ends, Kenshin takes down Sanosuke, which, Sanosuke now is going to be part of the gang. We get to see, which I thought was very interesting, a sneak peek of the next villain for the next episode, Janae. And Janae is the first Shinsengumi guy that we get to see Kenshin go against. And he's one of my favorite villains. He's kind of like the Joker of the Kenshin universe. And he has some really cool abilities, which they go over here on the Kenshin wiki. He can paralyze people. And he's the first guy in the series. There's a live action version of him to give Kenshin a run for his money. He's the first really tough opponent from the war that Kenshin has to fight. We're going to see him next episode, so I'm really looking forward to that. Overall, I would give this episode a 9 out of 10. Again, I wouldn't say it's as good as the original anime, but if you haven't seen this already and you have Crunchyroll, go give it a watch. It's a really good episode. So far, the 5 episodes that are out, it's really fantastic. I really liked it. But wherever you are, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you're on TikTok, don't forget to follow. It is greatly appreciated. And have a great day. Stay hydrated out there. It's pretty hot. And peace out.